So deep vein thrombosis, it's a blood clot of the veins. Typically when we talk about deep vein, usually people talk about deep veins of the legs, but it can also occur in the arms also. So blood clot formation can occur in the legs. Typically it is known that most people, when they are bedridden or right after the surgery, which increases the blood clot formation, it increases the blood to get more thicker by having some chemicals, hormones and some cellular changes which will make them more vulnerable for getting blood clots. However, it can occur to anybody. The most common risk factor we talk about is bed rest and some surgery. It can also occur in people who have a high risk for blood clots, including family history of blood clots. Whether it's a blood clot in the leg or lung, they are more prone to get blood clots. Also, some of the risk factors which are genetic, which we carry, and that can make us more vulnerable to get blood clots. This is very common. It's underdiagnosed, undertreated still. More than 600,000 to 1 million people get blood clots per year in this country. And most of them are treated with the blood thinner, but you have to know that blood thinner alone is not enough in most cases. Blood thinner does not change, they don't dissolve the clot. Our body dissolves the clot. Our body produces clot busters, what we call the protein kinase. It's a kinase which makes our blood to get thin or remove the clot. If it's a small clot and if you give blood thinner, it cuts down the more blood clot formation, so that allows our body to work on the existing blood clot to dissolve the clot. Commonly treated medicine, including the newer medicine and the old medicine like Coumadin, or newer medicine like Eliquis, Xarelto, which is enough. However, typically we give them initially either IV heparin, they are in the hospital, or medicine like injectable Lovenox, which are blood thinner, and then we change or transition into the oral blood thinner. However, if the blood clots are extensive, especially in the groin area or above the groin in the what we call iliac vein, no amount of blood thinner is enough, and they are our exit point for the blood to flow from the leg to the heart, which is in the groin and above, because there is no natural bypass surrounding that. So if it's not removed, whether it's by mechanically or by what we call thrombolysis, then it will not go away. And this problem with the blood clot, if it stays in the body for long duration, it damages the valves, and what we call, it creates a post-probiotic syndrome, which includes pain, swelling, discoloration, and about 10 to 15% of people can get bad ulcer on the leg, non-healing wound, non-healing ulcer. So that's why I think the blood clot in a major vein, which is common femoral vein or iliac vein, needs to be treated aggressively with removal of the clot, which could be lysis or thrombolysis, or removal of the clot with mechanical thrombectomy. We do both. Depends on the clot, depends on the location. Similarly, blood clot in the arm, if it's in the chest vein area, yes, that should be removed by some mechanical thrombectomy or thrombolysis. With, what we use typically, special catheter which has the clot buster, and that is infused over a few hours and to dissolve the clot. But sometimes we'll just go and suck the clot out. And a lot of time what happens in the vein, blood clots in the vein, in the legs or in the arm, there could be some mechanical obstruction. So they can have iliac vein compression in the leg vein, or they can have thoracic outlet syndrome in the chest, and those needs to be addressed appropriately, depends on what we find. So all those things needs to be looked into, because if you don't, then the recurrence of blood clot is very high. So that's basically the deep vein thrombosis. Deep vein thrombosis is not as benign as a lot of people think, or as a lot of medical community thinks. Because number one, about improperly treated DVT, have about 80% plus people will have a long-term post-traumatic syndrome, which includes pain, swelling, discoloration, itching, ulcer, wound, and there's a 10 to 20% of people can get blood clot going to the lung, which could be dangerous. About 1 out of 3 people who get a major blood clot in the lung, they don't even get to the hospital. They can't even make it to the hospital. They can die suddenly. Can be sleep or can be during daytime. That's why I think DVT should be more aggressively treated, and more education required that if somebody has a pain, swelling in the leg, if it's a sudden onset swelling in one leg, that should be ruled out as a DVT and needs to be addressed and gone to their appropriate provider to discuss, and they need to do the ultrasound to find out, and blood test called D-dimer that will tell if there is a acute DVT or no.